Okay, welcome back to PeachPOD. Today I just quickly make this video before I had hit the road to Norseman Structures. I just got this SketchUp 3D file from Young, and so I just quickly present it. In this video, as you can see, we made some small adjustment to the door so it won't hit the edge of the cap, and also we make the bottom stop here somewhere in the middle of this lower grow bed, and we make the steps to be solid block and also to be used when you handle the vegetable on the grow bed, right? But when you want to feed the fish or catch the fish, you don't need the steps, right? So you can simply remove it, open the door, right, and then reach in the door and then catch fish. So for that reason, we have simple dividers made of net, made of net. So this way, the net have big holes. So this way, when you feed the fish, right, you feed the fish here, and the big fish and all the fish, right, small fish, big fish, they all come to get the food, but they all have to go through the net. So small fish, there's no problem passing through, right? The big fish, they can pass through. But once they enter and then they eat, they normally don't leave right away because for the fish, there's no difference, right? Inside and outside the net, there's no difference, right? Because the whole thing is submerged in water. So once the big fish stay in there to a point, because that's the place they get food, right? They like to stay there, so they tend to stay there. So once they reach to a size that they want to go through the net and go out, they cannot, right? That's the time the whole thing, actually the two divider can capture them within, and that's the time you can reach in, open the door, reach in, and simply grab the fish, right? So that's we believe that's the very smart design. And on the opposite side, because we need to keep the balance, right? We got two openings, like a wedge, opening in a wedge shape, right? So for this section, we use the space to catch fish, right? For the opposite section, we simply place one female, one male fish, right? So this way they can make they can do the stuff, right? Do the, what I mean? And then they can basically produce babies here, and the babies so this system, has the nursery section, right? Male and female fish, they happily live here, and to them there's no difference. The only thing, they cannot leave this space. So the fish is bigger than the hole, right? The size is bigger than the hole, so there's no way they can escape, right? And but to them, it's the same thing. They just have relative smaller space to move around, right? So that's it. And then we have the system, the nursery, right, and also a mechanism for the big fish to come. And then when they reach to a size, they cannot go back, and they cannot leave. So ready for harvest. So that's it. And also, as you can see, we remove the tracks and wheels for the top grow bed, because we can simply use 4 or even more post, strong post to connect the 2 layers. So make them to be one, right? So this way, the whole thing is sit on the wheels at the bottom. So the wheels, just simply roll in a track and, freely. And maybe one of the wheels is motorized. So that's drive the whole thing to move slowly, okay? This is the slow move, right? Slowly turn, spin, and like a carousel. And this way, the 2 grow bed turn. So all the plant, they always get the same, light exposure, right? So this way, it doesn't matter it's facing south or facing north, because all the plant, in the grow bed get the chance, right, to get more exposure, right? Without turning, there's no way, right? But with turning, that, and it's all plant get the uniform light exposure, and they grow happily, right? So that's it. And from this level, you can see the fish, right? The bottom we already explained. Normally you can bury in under the ground or hide it below the surface of a deck, okay? Patio deck. So that's it. And the other thing, we didn't do much. We just simply leave some gap between the fan and the edge, and then so that there's room for wires, even even hose to pass through, right? Because we need to spray in summertime, right? When you don't need to fill the cavity with bubbles, you simply spray water at the top, and the water, spread everywhere, create a mist, and cool the entire cavity. Yeah. So that's it. I think we got it all. We did put a gutter in a circle shape, gutter, so that the water coming out won't create problem for the sand, right? Sand is relatively soft, and so we use the gutter to catch the water, and then the gutter, so the water inside the gutter simply overflow in all sides, right, everywhere. So this way slow down the impact to the sand, and then the whole thing flow along a ditch, and then just simply go outward. So the surface tapered, down toward the outside, and then there'll be holes, opening at the bottom, so that the water can flow and drop and onto the surface of the lower grow bed. For that reason, I think we need to add one more thing. That's something we forgot. Basically, gutter along the edge of this grow bed, so that the water simply fall into the gutter, and then same idea, overflow, and then flow along the ditch, and flow toward the center. So all the water will just exit from the bottom around the center and go back to the fish tank. So that complete this full cycle. Okay, that's it. Very happy with this design. The top, we didn't do much. We just simply, this is the idea. We use a certain mechanism, because the shape, right? Because the shape. So the light coming in will change direction. I get focused and focus onto this surface, and so that this place get the most light. and produce electricity, and then the electricity gets stored in battery, so then we can have a total off-grid solution, right? And that electricity stored will be powering the wheel, for the carousel, and also power the fan and power the pump. Notice that the pump and the fan won't be operated all the time, only when you need to produce bubbles, right? Summertime, most likely you don't need to produce bubbles unless the sun is too strong. You want to create a shading, right? Then you produce bubbles. And also at night, when it's relatively cold, then you can produce bubbles, right? Wintertime, yes, yeah, you need to produce bubbles during the night. During the day, you don't have to produce bubbles all the time, so you can, because the whole the carousel is spinning, right? Not the shell. So yeah, so that you can yeah, when you need the shading, right, you produce bubbles. And so most of the time you don't have to, right? So anyway, there will be a control system will intelligently make the decision. You don't have to lift a finger. Everything is monitored and controlled, and so that yeah, the whole thing is it works automatically. Okay, the whole thing is automated. So yeah, it's yeah, we believe this is the best system so far, combining the environment control, and then aquaponics. In this case, is sandponics. Okay, so hope you like it. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like our videos so that our videos ranking can be improved. Yeah, subscribe so that you can receive notice when new videos coming out. I'm going to drive to Norseman structure tomorrow, and we'll stop in Calgary. And so we're gonna I also bring a bubble machine so I can demonstrate. So there'll be more videos, right? Not just videos like this explaining the design, but actual build, actual project going, right? And we're happy that we got come to this stage. So we'll talk to you later. More videos coming. Yeah, so see you next time.